That's right, we're back again talking about Sonic Remasters in 2023. Hey, what's up everyone, it's me, SpeedSuperSonic, bringing you guys another video. In this video today, we are back again to talk more about Sonic the Hedgehog video games, but not a new game or anything incredibly different like a new 3D title or a 2D title. We're talking about these gosh darn remasters. I feel like I'm in 2020 talking about these things. That's right guys, there's been a lot of dialogue in the Sonic the Hedgehog fanbase recently when it comes to remasters of past Sonic the Hedgehog games. Whether it be the long talked about Sonic Unleashed remaster that has been asked for forever now, or probably the hottest topic when it comes to a Sonic remaster as of late, that being Sonic Heroes. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to go over, and I thought we'd break it down since this is such a hot button topic in the Sonic fanbase right now. A few weeks back, Sega President Yukio Sugano, if that's how you pronounce his name, I definitely didn't pronounce that right. Not only did he confirm remakes, reboots, which I thought was an interesting name, but also remasters of previous Sonic games, and it also was long stated before that Sega would like to continue doing remasters of past Sonic games. So this is something we've known would happen for a while now, but we haven't seen a remaster of a Sonic the Hedgehog game since 2021. Now, I know we're in 2023, it's nothing that crazy. It's not like we've been waiting ages for anything, but we're definitely wondering what's next. And all the speculation running rampant with the Sonic community right now, I thought we'd break down some of the Sonic games that are being talked about getting a remaster, some games that should get remasters, and ones that I think are very likely. So without any further ado, let's dive into the most hot button one right now, and that is Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes, there isn't any like definitive proof such as a listing leak or anything like that like we got for Sonic Colors Ultimate or anything like that. No, this is simply based off of some of the things that the Sonic social media team has been doing, such as their online series Tales Tube. They've used a lot of Sonic Heroes clips, a distracting amount of Sonic Heroes clips, at least in comparison to the other images or clips that they've used from other games. The one that people are like, oh shoot, could something be happening here, is from their recent campaign that they launched called Fast Friends Forever, which I think is meant to run alongside the Sonic Superstars thing, to have some Sonic hype alongside that. I still don't really completely understand the whole Sonic Fast Friends Forever thing, but nonetheless, in their trailer that they released to like launch it, they used at the very end clips of the characters from Sonic Heroes in particular. In the year of our Lord 2023, where we just got a game featuring all of these characters such as Sonic Frontiers, or maybe your upcoming game such as Sonic Superstars, they chose to use clips from a 20-year-old game, Sonic Heroes. It did just get me thinking like, wow, that's strange. Now this is obviously not Sega saying, guys, Sonic Heroes Remaster on the way, and honestly, part of me wants to think that it's kind of so obvious that these are hints towards something Heroes related being on the way, that it makes me think that there isn't something Heroes on the way. This could be one of two things. One, yeah, they're just straight up hinting that a Sonic Heroes Remaster is coming, or something in relation to Sonic Heroes is on the way. But on the other hand, this could just be Sega and their social media team featuring very strange versions of the characters to represent Sonic and friends. Like, Heroes is fine, it's cool, like, I have nostalgia for Heroes, but like, to represent the franchise, you're using like 20-year-old CGI clips from the intro of Sonic Heroes. Strange. In fact, it's so strange that that's why everybody is speculating. Heroes definitely could be in use of a remaster, but the thing with Heroes is, Heroes isn't a perfect game. I know there are a lot of fans of Heroes, and I know that a lot of people love Heroes. Me personally, I'm not the biggest Heroes fan. I think there are a lot of problems with that game, with its controls, with its play system. It was not the best received Sonic game at the time of its release. I still don't think critics hold it to that high of a claim. It's not really hated or despised, or even really perceived as a bad game, but more of just a fine, okay, sometimes people would say a mediocre Sonic game, some people would say a bad Sonic game. I'm not going to go in that territory. I still enjoy Heroes a decent amount, but still, I think it's extremely flawed and I don't really return to it that often. There are a lot of things that they would have to fix, have to improve with Heroes, and I'm not sure if they would get the best response from it, critically at least, or from fans, if they remaster it, because one of two things could happen once again. They could really fix all the problems and have the definitive version of Heroes, which is what a remaster should be, but also they could really screw it up and have a really poor reception out of the gate, like they received with Sonic Colors Ultimate, which was a very well-received game at its initial launch, but its weird early access thing really screwed over that launch. Letting fans get their hands on a messy build of it was not the best idea from Sega. I think it would not be a safe bet if they were to do Heroes. I think it's very unlikely that they're going to do Heroes, and I also think it'd be strange for remasters for them to go from Colors to Heroes, and then to whatever other game they have planned after. So on a scale of 1 to 10 rings, I think I'd go with like a 3 ring likelihood here. I don't think it's super likely. There's a chance, there definitely is a chance, especially with how much hero stuff the social media team has been using, but maybe the social media team just really likes heroes and they want to use a lot of heroes clips. But what about the next one? This one also, not sure how likely it is, but this is one that has been speculated for a long time and asked for a long time, like we mentioned earlier, and that is Sonic Unleashed Ultimate, or Sonic Unleashed Remaster, whatever they would call it. We need this one. It's that simple. Sonic Unleashed has really regained a new sense of appreciation over the past few years. Not just in the Sonic community, but also it seems like critics and other organizations have been turning around on Sonic Unleashed like 15 years later. I love Sonic Unleashed. I even enjoy the Werehog levels, which a lot of people don't like, but I think they're great. As time and technology has progressed, and if you play Unleashed on modern hardware, such as the newest Xbox, it's such a smooth experience now, and finally has been able to catch up to modern hardware. If they are able to do this for PlayStation and Nintendo, and actually bring the 360 PS3 version of Unleashed to Nintendo consoles with whatever Nintendo switches out by then, being able to give fans the ability to play Sonic Unleashed again, I think is a great idea. I understand the Werehog was kind of a weird concept at the time. I don't think it's that weird anymore. I actually think the game is incredibly faithful to Sonic. It only features a handful of characters: Sonic, Tails, Amy, Eggman. It still kind of feels like the Sonic we have nowadays, adding new features, abilities, making some changes, maybe lowering the amount of medals that you need, I think would make this game even better. Outside of like adventure games, which we'll get to or talking about towards the end of this video, I think this is the most no-brainer of all of the Sonic remasters. How likely is it? I don't know. It's been asked about for so long and requested for so long, and there's been no word on it that I'm not sure when or if we'll get this, but I really think Sega should strongly look at giving this game a remaster because it would sell very well and make the fans very happy. And I also think that if they do it properly, it could really do well with critics as well and be very highly acclaimed. I think this might happen at some point. I genuinely do. Soon, I doubt it, but I think we will see Sonic Unleashed back on modern consoles once again at some point. Now this one's kind of boring, but this is what I was thinking Sega was going to go in the direction of when they made Sonic Colors Ultimate, and that's Sonic Generations Ultimate. Sonic Generations is like perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think it needs to be updated for modern consoles. It runs great, it looks great. A problem though that I think that they did run into though is having the game on Xbox 360 and PS3 and no Nintendo consoles. There was the 3DS version, but that doesn't count. Being able to put that on the Switch would be massive, but at the same time it's incredibly accessible. You're able to get it on multiple different stores. It's not hard to find, and also it's not really in need of a remaster. I think what would be cool though is if they do a package deal, like a collection game for newer Sonic 3D titles, combining Colors, Generations, Lost World in a package. I think would be great. We'll see if they choose to do that, but if not, that's fine. But lastly, the Sonic remasters that I think people have been also speculating about at some points, but also talking about the most, and that's Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure, like Heroes, has been used in a lot of social media posts as well, and people have noticed difference in the pictures that they have used, or the screenshots, or whatever they have. But it has been discovered that Sega has just been using modded versions of Sonic Adventure for their social media posts. It's not some new version or updated version with different textures or graphics. I am still in disbelief how the adventure games have not been capitalized on more when it comes to the games. I think people want to play Sonic Adventure on their freaking Switches. They've been asking for this since the Switch launched. It would sell so ridiculously well, just combining the two games and porting them onto the console. It's become so highly requested that the adventure games are becoming so sacred almost to Sega that they're scared to touch them. Now, if you do touch Sonic Adventure and release it in some form or fashion, it's going to draw a massive fan affair. And even if they do, like, let's say hypothetically throw Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on the eShop, let's be real, we wouldn't be satisfied with that at this point. We want more of a big spectacle around it, such as a physical release with some new additions made to it, a modern-esque Sonic Adventure DX kind of game. There's been the discussion, are they going to remaster it? Are they just going to simply port it? Or are they going to, what's been the topic for the longest time and what I think everybody wants to see, are they going to frickin' remake Sonic Adventure 1 and 2? I think this is what everybody wants. I think this is what everybody desires. I think this is what Sega would actually prefer to do. do. It's the hardest thing to do, absolutely, starting from scratch and just redoing these Sonic Adventure games, these really big games. Yeah, that's definitely what I would prefer to see and what I would like to see, but the unfortunate thing is, the easiest option for them is to remaster Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I think that at some point in history we will get remakes of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I might be 40 or 50 years old by the time that happens, but we will get them at some point. Both of these games are over 20 years old. They have a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, a lot of things that need to be cleaned up for modern day. I don't think a simple remaster is enough for Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I would be happy with Sonic Adventure Remasters, and I think out of all of the games we have talked about so far, these are the most likely and the ones that probably need them the most. But even more than a remaster, I think they need a remake. But there you guys have it. Those are some of the Sonic games that are being speculated right now to be receiving remasters, the most requested remasters, and some remasters I think are likely and that I'd like to see. But I want to know what you think. What do you think about Sonic the Hedgehog Remasters being on the way? According to the Sega president, along with these remakes and reboots, what do you think we will receive first? What do you think is most likely? But what would you like the most that maybe isn't likely, but you would definitely like to see? I'd love to know what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. Feel free to follow my social media links, my Twitter and Instagram description below. You can follow those by seeing my live future content and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is the number one notification on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comic books, merchandise, and more, we talk about it all. Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon is this month, so stay tuned for that. But not just that, we have Sonic Superstars and the Knuckles TV show coming up later this year as well. So stay tuned for all updates related to those, my thoughts, reviews, reactions. So much content is on the way for Sonic. It's a jam-packed end of this year. So I love all you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Wonder what you want right now. Wonder what you want right now. Used to be about it, but used to be about it, about it. Counting all my blessings and count my dollars. Make it all better tomorrow. I tell you how, bro. If you see me at the bottom, take a half an hour.